What's up guys, welcome to my Bandos Guide 2012. Alright, to get into God of War's dungeon you need Edgars Ruse quest on 60 strength or 60 agility. You can pot up to either one. General Graardor, to get into his base you need 70 strength and a hammer. You can put that into your tool belt. Alright, his combat level is 624, his life points is 2540. He attacks with melee and range, and his max hit with melee is 610. My recommended stats would be 90 plus melee stats, 70 plus prayer for Piety, and 52 plus summoning for a BOB familiar. 95 plus prayer, 96 plus herblore for overloads, and 96 plus summoning for a pack yak is needed for the best possible kills you can get. And an Angel of Death gravestone or a Royal Dwarven grave is highly recommended because they can save your items when you die, because you might not be able to get back to your grave in time if it's lower and no one blesses you. Alright, now I'm going to show you how to get KC. This spot is south of the door of Bandos Stronghold, and I think it's the best. I use it every time I come here. I think it's the best because it has a nice goblin spawn on the side, and the hobgoblins are usually always attacking the werewolf, so you can just go up and attack the hobgoblin, and it'll ignore you and keep attacking the werewolf till it's dead. Alright, this is the second KC spot. I'd only use this spot if you didn't have a Bandos item, because nothing will come up here besides these hobgoblins, so you're safe. And they have pretty nice spawn rate. I don't think you're gonna get all of them down at the same time unless you're using claws or something. And here's the third KC spot. This spot's pretty good too. It has a nice goblin spawn. For some reason there's only one goblin here when I recorded the video, but usually there's more, and you can kill that ogre over there too. So it's up to you which KC spot you want to use, so you can just test around all three and see which one you want to use. Now I'll be showing you the drop method. This works as you drop 2 items and then you teleport, and then you get 2 more items out of your bank, and then you come back and then you pick up those 2 items, and it saves you 2 inventory spots being open. So the first step is to get 4 laws and 4 fires, then teleport to Trollheim, drop those 2 food, whatever you're dropping, and then teleport to Edgeville, and then go to that bank, take 2 more food out of your bank, and then teleport there with the remaining teleport runes. Pick up those 2 food off the ground, and then you'll have full inventory. Here's how to get to God of War's dungeon. I use Trollheim teleport tabs because I did Love Story quest, and if you're using teletabs, then what I always do is that I always repair it after I use the second one I brought. So say if I get KO'd but I press the teletab, I die in my house, and then I just spawn outside my house. That's because, like, if you keep it on Trollheim, you're just gonna spawn on Trollheim, and then you're gonna have to pick up your grave, which is kind of a hassle. And if you don't have Love Story done, then watch the how to do the teleport trick in this guide. So when you get over here, there's gonna be thrower trolls, prayer range, because they can hit pretty good. and turn your auto retaliate off. Squeeze past if you have 60 agility, because it is faster. It's been proven by Born for PVM that it is faster. So I always squeeze. Then come over here. I don't bother parrying melee. If you're low level, then you're gonna want to parry melee. They usually don't hit on me. And then climb down the ladder. If you're a low level, parry mage. If you're fairly decent level, then you don't have to. And then go to the KC areas and start getting KC. That's all there is to it. This is the cheap / low level setup. We got a Bandos God Sword for a Bandos weapon, always a Zamorak arrow, Amulet of Glory, Obsidian Cape, Helmanezi, Black D'hide top, Varrock's skirt, Dragon boots, Warrior's ring, Regen bracelet. All of this can be upgraded. And we have a Terror bird full of sharks, and our inventory consists of supersets, 3 prayer pots, super restore, and a DDS for a spec weapon and some sharks. Now we have the medium level setup. This setup is for people with about a 20 mil bank. We got the Tort full of brews and restores. They can be switched out with rocktails, sharks. And then you got a extra war tortoise. And you can use claws, but for my spec weapon I use enhanced Excalibur because I think it works best. But the tank should have a DDS or dragon claws. And then extremes, if you don't have extremes, then you can go down to superset. If you have overloads, obviously use overloads. 4 prayer renewals, they're very helpful. Dreadnips are very helpful. Dominion Tower, post, whatever it's called, marker. Yeah, it's called a marker. Yeah, that's very helpful too. Brews at this level, if you want to stay there really long, I'd use brews. And for the armor, we have Royal D'hide, Fury, Nezi, Bandos Tassets, just the it's pretty good, decent range defense and magic defense. That's what you're gonna want. You can upgrade, downgrade any of this to your liking, but for medium levels, this is the setup that you should go with. This is the high level / expensive setup. This is, you got a Tort full of rocktails and Sara brews and restores and some extra yak pouches. You can put all brews, all restores, or all rocktails. It's up to you. Got claws, a D defender for max DPS, and dread nips, and some yak scrolls to bank the bones. Then we got some rocktails, Sara brews, overloads, prayer renewals, and for the armor we have a Nezi, Fury, Tokar Cow, Rapier, Chaotic Shield, full Bandos, Steadfast boots. You can downgrade this, or you can have Torva. Torva works better, obviously. Torva. If you have Torva, I don't know why you're going to Bandos besides just having some fun. But yeah, this is the high level setup. This is the max damage per setup build. This is geared towards not being the tanker. This is an attacker setup. This is where you're going to try and do the max amount of damage you can to help out the tanker. So this is set up towards just fucking shit up pretty much. You got the Chaotic Maul if you get crashed, Unicorn for health, a couple of Sara brews, restores, some rocktails, overload, of course, prayer renewal, and some claws. You're gonna want claws if you're gonna do this build. Dragon defender is a must. Chaotic rapier is really good. I'd use chaotic rapier over chaotic longsword if you're gonna do this build, because it does more damage per second. So this is the DPS setup. If you're looking towards doing most damage per second, then pick this one. This is the void setup. This setup is geared towards you doing a lot of damage without you taking any damage, and I really recommend that you have a chaotic if you're going to use this, either a chaotic maul or a rapier, because you're going to want to do a lot of damage, and both those weapons are really good for doing a lot of damage. I would use a enhanced Excalibur because you're going to want to heal without using your like food, and I'd bring a Fire Titan if you're 79 summoning, and I'd definitely bring a Unicorn if you're 88 summoning. Bring Dread Nips and Extremes or Overloads. You're just gonna sit there and attack. If you have a really good tank, you're not gonna take any damage, so you can just sit there forever, pretty much. And you're gonna want a Soul Wars cape because you're gonna want some prayer bonus, because this is not gonna give you a lot of prayer bonus. So you're gonna want a Soul Wars cape, a Fury, and that's it pretty much. I would sub out the Tokar Zal for a Berserker Ring Eye, but since I don't have a Berserker Ring Eye, I just use a Tackle Zal. These are the Uglog pools. The requirements to get in it is to do as a first resort, and they're located next to mobilizing armies. And there's 4 pools that you're going to want to go into before you go to Bandos. It's a nice preparation method. And there's a Bandos pool, which for about an hour you get like the Bandos followers won't attack you even if you don't have a Bandos item. So like people that are going to be using Bandos boots for a Bandos item, I really recommend coming here because dragon boots are better. And if you're using a chaotic maul like I am and you don't have tacits or a BCP, then come here. And the pools, the saltwater pool I believe gives you unlimited run, and the freshwater pool or the steam pool, I can't really remember the name, gives you health, gives you some boosted health. And the sulfur pool, I don't really remember that, but they're really good. Do not go in the mud pool. That's the only pool that you're not going to want to go into. So after you're done with the Uglog pools, just teleport out of there and go to Bandos. This is the how to tank section of this guide. Alright, the tank's job is to take the damage from Graardor's range attacks and keep the attacker safe. And the attacker's job is to kill Graardor as fast as possible for a shorter kill, which will make the tanker stay there longer. And keep your familiars off Graardor. This is where the tank is going to stand, and this is where the attackers are going to stand. The attacker should always be on the wall, and the tank should stand where under Graardor should spawn. And like put on your protect from melee on your quick curses, put it on like whenever you think Graardor is like about to spawn, like about 20 seconds before he does. No, not 20 seconds, more like 5 to 10 seconds. And then always remember you got a altar at the top that you can use, but it does have a cooldown time, so you use it wisely. And that's how to tank. This is the duo and solo fight part of the guide. I decided to put it split screen because it's pretty much the same thing. It's just if you want to see how like a solo situation would go and how a duo situation would go, I threw both those in there. So the first thing you want to do, select your quick prayers. Let the tank go in first if you're duoing or trioing or whatever. Let the tank go in first, and then once the tank attacks Graardor, then you should go in. And always pot up before you go in the door. Solo, make sure you got your protect for melee on, pot up, and then go through the door. And if you have dread nips, put them down whenever you can because they really help out a lot. And yeah, that's pretty much all. It's just a basic fight. When try and keep your LP life points above 600 because there is a KO factor. Like if you're tanking, Graardor can hit you with his range, and then Grim Spike can get a lucky hit on you, and then you're done. But that's not really likely. And in the solo fight, I probably shouldn't have been tanking, soloing with a chaotic maul, but I just decided to put that on. It's better to tank with a Rapier whip or CLS. And the first follower that you're going to want to kill is the mage one. Forgot the name. And then you're going to want to attack Grim Spike, which is the ranger. And then the last is you're going to want to fight Strong Stack, which is the meleeer. And soloing is probably only get you, if you're really good, probably 15 kills, but average probably get 5 to 10. Duoing you can get a lot. If you have a good tank and good attacker, you can get a lot. Alright, as you can see in the duo fight, that's where you should stand when you're a tank, like right under where Graardor is going to spawn. And then the attacker should sit on the wall and wait till the tank attacks Graardor, and so there's no mess ups, and the attacker's gonna have to tank because that's not always fun. So it's pretty much basic. Now I'll just let you listen to music for the rest of the fights.